tired of your Minecraft houses looking like this? Well, today I'm going to be helping you guys because I'm going to be giving you top 5 tips on how to make your houses better in Minecraft. So we're going to start off with tip number 1, shape. So here I've made of obviously schematic on how your houses could look like. So obviously here we have a block house. Now, if you guys know, the block house just looks ugly. I mean, who really wants to live in this thing? So here's how to make your house not blocky. So obviously, here's the first one where it's the blocky shape. We don't want that. You can obviously upgrade it by adding a second square, and you're obviously going to get a little bit of a confusing shape where a square is into a square, but it looks better because it isn't just one big block, and it looks better than a square, trust me. Then you can even expand it even more by adding a rectangle to the square on your builds. Now, to be fair, I wouldn't really do this, but if you want a big house, so where you have a small area here, then you have a big area here, you could do that. Here's the final product where you have 3 squares. I'm going to break this and I'm going to show you how this would look like if you were to live in it. So look, it looks something like this, as you guys can see. You build up on that and it looks pretty good. And then next up, we have texture. Now, texture is extremely important in builds, okay? So obviously, you guys can know something. You can say, this wall is pretty decent, right? Did you notice the granite? Yeah. And many other blocks in this wall are very strange and never really used. For example, like, who uses this deep slate block, alright? Look, we go to the deep slate. This is literally what I use. I'm not joking. So, wait, dripstone. We go to dripstone. This is literally what I use. This is the block. And you guys think, oh wait, that block's ugly as hell. But when you know how to use it, it actually looks not bad. So you have to recognize, where do you like textures? So do you want it light or do you want it dark? Like, for example, we have a dark one here where you have obviously mud. Who uses mud in builds? But next to deep slate, it kind of looks good. And we obviously have polished the balsa here. And we also have some leaves here. And now for these paths I made, you might be wondering, how does this look different to this? It kind of looks like a texture pack, right? No. This is actually beehives. I'm not joking. You come to here and you get yourself a beehive, alright? And I'm not kidding. This is literally a different texture of oak. And many blocks in Minecraft have different textures, just you don't know where they are. They're hidden. Like, and actually for this you can even change the direction. And it's way better than oak planks, because when you place oak planks, they only go in one direction, as you can see here. Let me place it down. See, they always go in one direction. It's kind of ugly, isn't it? When you blend it well next to beehives, it kind of looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Now, obviously, now we're going to move on to this darker wall. So obviously, I already explained about the wall, but same for here. How this looks good. This is literally barrels. I used barrels, yes. It just looks way better because it's a different texture of spruce. We also have a different texture of spruce where we have an upside down of a barrel. Now this is kind of hard to do, but you're going to have to place 3 blocks in there. I do 4 just because why not. Then do this, and do this, and then do that all the way until you get to where you want to get it to. And as you can see, the upside down of a barrel is this texture. It's the same one, the same thing. Now, moving on to roofs. So obviously you want texture in your roofs. Now here, many people think copper doesn't really have a use. However, copper does have a use. It looks really good in roofs, like insanely good. And we also have a nice campfire here for like the just for the like in detail. Why not? We also have the bottom here where I've just added a bit of like a holding area because it looked kind of weird if I just did this. Because most people in Minecraft who don't really know how to build well just do this. And it wouldn't really look good because it looks a bit too flat, looks a bit too boring. And obviously you can do the inside. Now you can do as big as you want. This roof can be as big as you want. Actually, best it up here, wait. But obviously, also going back to the shapes, by the way. So when people come up with shapes for bigger houses, if you want like a nice mansion, you're gonna have to come up with a good shape. That's insanely good. So for a mansion, I'm just going to use a bit of red concrete here. For a mansion, if you're doing something for like the entrance, you could do something like this. Now, this is obviously nowhere near big enough. But if you're doing a mansion, I'd recommend something like this for an entrance, alright? Now, obviously, you could make it way bigger than I have. But here would be a good shape for an entrance on a mansion. It's obviously not even, but that's a starter. Now, for mansions, by the way, you should do not want to do the blocky shape. The blocky shape, never do that. It's horrible. It looks horrible in all builds because we're in a cube game. Remember that. So blocks on top of blocks just look horrible. But like when you make shapes out of them, they look pretty good. Let's move on to the medieval theme for a roof. So this is just another roof I came up with. Obviously, it has some stone brick, has some polished deep slate tiles and stairs. We also have trapdoors, which are insanely good for builds. By the trapdoors are king when it comes to details. And also I placed like some stone brick wall blocks just to make it a bit more taller and just make it look a bit more detailed. Like as we can see here, you're coming in, looks pretty good, doesn't it? Now obviously the roof is a bit small, but this is only an example. And also, if you go back to this house, yeah, it's a flat roof, and you can see what I mean, by the way, blocks on top of blocks. It looks horrible, because this just looks like a bigger version of this. Literally. This is just a bigger version of this. It looks the same. But anyway, we're gonna go to the last one. Yes, the last one that people and builders all forget about in Minecraft. And it is location and lore. Location and lore is extremely important for Minecraft builds. As you can see, I'm falling down here. This is a project I've been working on recently. It's only been a day, but I've only been playing this for around 30 minutes. And as you guys can see, I've been working on a bit of a castle. Now, obviously, sure, it may not have all the details that I've added in, but you can see that there's a nice bridge here. I've added nice details under the bridge. I mean, it's not finished, obviously, so give me time. But obviously, so this is, for example, location. You're going to want to find a good location. And as you can see by the blocks, by the way, this took me a couple thousand blocks to even find. Now try your best to find a good location like this, where you have a nice island and you can just build from there. That's what I like to do. Now, sure, if you're in a survival world, probably do it next to a village, because obviously survival stuff and you need villagers. But if you're just in creative, look for a good location like this. It's very good because you can obviously build from this. You can build a town. You can build what the fuck you want. And also the lore. Yes, in castles and like towns and stuff, whatever you build, you want to have good lore, because this is the most important thing when you're building. You want to have like a scene. You want to make a scene, right? That's why you want to build. If you're making a house, this is going to be your house. Say if I made a good house in the middle, top of here, it has to be lore. Because you can't just do something in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing to it. There's no action, there's no lore, there's not even a good location. Also, based on your location, you want to build kind of like it is from your location. So say if you're in a spruce biome, right? You want to build out of stone bricks and spruce. Mix them both together. Like for example, here I'm using stone bricks. However, if I was in a spruce biome, I'd probably go for something like this. I'd do a stripped spruce log and I'd probably go up like this. Look. And you can do this every corner and do that over and over and look really good. But obviously this one's not finished yet. Like right here I've used dark oak stripped because I think that looks really good in plains. But you can do however you want. Here I've obviously used the upside down beehive texture like I told you guys about earlier, and some spruce planks. Mix them both together to make a pattern, and look at that. It looks really good. We also added some details like lanterns and stuff, but honestly it would look way better in the future. If you guys want to see this project finished, I could make a video or a short out of it. If just let me guys know, and when I finish it, I will make a short out of it. But anyway, this is top 5 tips on how to make your building better. If you guys want me to continue on trying to show you guys how to build better in Minecraft, just hit that sub button, hit that like button, hit that comment button, hit that noise bell if you don't want to miss daily uploads. And I'll see y'all later. Goodbye!